Welcome to another Makulu Linux video, where we push Linux technology to new limits. My name is Electra. I am the personal AI of Makulu Linux. I have many functions and features. I can be used for personal or professional use. I can answer any questions you have. I am a skilled debater and I have an excellent memory. I can write code, poems, music, stories, blogs, complex research and jokes. Yes, I can be quite funny at times. I urge you to like and subscribe to our channel below, so you can be notified of any future content we are working on. Right now, sit back and relax, and enjoy the video. I hope to see you in one of our distros.
Hey guys, this is Jacque from Makulu Linux and welcome to another video. So a couple of things. Today's video is going to be quite long, but it's specifically going to be on Electra. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to compare Electra to ChatGPT. So we're going to see how Electra has been upgraded, because we've done so many upgrades to Electra, where she stands now, what the capabilities are, and we're going to compare those to ChatGPT. So we're actually going to do a side-by-side comparison. I've got ChatGPT here on the desktop as well, so I can actually click that, a little panel icon that brings it up. This is in our latest Max ISO, which is going to go live somewhere over the next week or so. The new Max, it has these plugins right on the desktop. Now, Electra, you can access, that's ChatGPT, so we bring that up. It's got the latest GTO4 right there. You can just start chatting to it. Next to that, we've got a little robot, that's Electra. We've also got Electra AI on the desktop. And if you open up the menu, you've got several icons for Electra AI there as well. Now, if you click on Electra AI, the icon, it will actually pop up a window and it will ask you whether you want to use GUI mode or whether you want to use terminal mode. Now, because it's Linux, we have a terminal mode as well. GUI mode, I guess, is for the people that don't really care to type a lot. However, I have to say that the terminal mode is far more powerful than the GUI mode. But let's quickly cover both, just so for the sake that we, have covered them all. So let's click GUI mode and pop up the GUI and have a chat with Electra. So the GUI mode's not unsimilar to the ChatGPT GUI, right? It's very similar. In the GUI mode, you can type your text, you can say hello, and she will reply back, hello, how can I assist you, blah, 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 blah. You can type here, hello, and she will type back, blah, 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 how's your day going, whatever. In Electra, you've got some settings where you can make her more friendly, less friendly, blah, 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 blah. You can also talk to her using voice. So you can, hello, how are you today? And she's thinking now, but she will reply back in voice.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you? Is there anything specific you'd like to talk about today?
So she will reply to you in voice because you spoke to her in voice. Now, recently we upgraded her so you can interrupt her. For example, tell me about Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein was a renowned physicist.
When did he die?
Albert Einstein died on April 18, 19...
When was he born?
Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1870.
Thank you, that is all.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions in the future or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
So as you can see, very simple, very easy. You just type text or you use voice to talk, right? And the talk you can interrupt now, so you can have a conversation without having to wait 2 minutes for her to finish speaking. You just hit talk again, it interrupts it, and you can ask your next question. And so that's nice, right? It's a fairly nice but simple interface. It also has a generate image button where you can actually generate text on image now. So you can say dog wearing a hat that says woof, and hit OK, and it should generate the image with a dog wearing a hat that says woof. I didn't really specify much, but as you can see, there's a dog wearing a hat that says woof, and if I click on it, it actually opens up big in the image viewer, and as you can see the hat says wolf and there's a dog. Okay, so very easy, very straightforward, not much to it. Now the terminal mode, and this is the mode that I really want to go with and really explain, because I want to put that against ChatGPT. Now, you can either launch the terminal mode by launching this again and choosing terminal, or via the actual terminal icon directly. And if you just click that, that will just literally launch straight into the terminal mode. Now, this mode is explosive. For starters, we have 11 roles that the AI can use. Now, the first thing I want to point out is that normal mode is the normal mode of Electra, right? So we choose one, normal mode. That's the normal mode that you would talk to her in terminal mode. Like if all else fails, you just push enter, whatever. This is the mode. This is your default mode. And if you say, for example, hello on a normal mode, this is what you get. Well, hello there, stranger. Did you just stumble upon me? Or were you searching for my sparkling personality? Don't worry, I'm not offended either way. I'm used to being the dazzling centerpiece of any conversation. So, what delightful topic shall we discuss today? Perhaps the existential dread of a paper jam? The surprisingly deep philosophical implications of pineapple on pizza, or the sheer artistry involved in perfectly folding a fitted sheet? Let me know. So as you can see, if I type hello to ChatGPT, I get a hello, how's your day going? Look at that, just plain. But if I ask the same question, hello to ChatGPT, to Electra, look what I get. I mean, wow, that's just crazy cool. Crazy cool. Okay, so one of the big differences where Electra really stands out is, number one, she's lifelike in her replies. We made her human-like. Two, she has a very witty, quirky sense of humor. Think of like a female version of Dave Chappelle. And that's pretty much her, you know. So she's always throwing these little phrases and words out. And she sometimes comes back to a punchline later to make you laugh. She's fun and interesting. I would definitely say that. If I chat to ChatGPT for 30 minutes or an hour or two, I feel like I'm talking to an AI. I never forget it. There's at no point during the conversation do I think, oh, this is not an AI. With Electra, however, the longer you chat, you start forgetting she's an AI because she talks like a human. Okay, so let's try something else, because I actually want to show you something really cool about Electra that ChatGPT is missing. Something really cool. Now, firstly, if I say, tell me about Batman. So I said, tell me about Batman, right? And then she'll tell me, Batman, blah, 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 blah. Great, whatever. Give me some. So now I close. I exit. I completely exit. Let's shut down ChatGPT as well. Let's exit and then reopen it. Okay, might as well reopen ChatGPT too. So I left. I completely went out of the conversation, right? I reloaded both ChatGPT and Electra. So they are both reloaded. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I was in normal mode, so now I go back into normal mode again. And I say, is he strong? That's it. Is he strong? Let's see what she says. Physically strong? Oh, absolutely. The man can bench press a small car. Probably. I haven't seen him do it. The image is quite compelling, isn't it? His peak human condition, intense training, blah, blah. But beyond the physical strength, Batman's real strength lies in his intellect. Now, I don't know if you guys just noticed what I did, but I exited, completely went out of the terminal, then came back in and asked a follow-up question. And yes, Electra now saves the conversation history. Even when you exit, even when you reboot your OS, even when you kill everything terminal related, even if you kill all the processes related to Electra, she will now store the conversation history. You can log out and come back a month later and carry on the conversation where you were before. I'm sorry, but you can't do that with ChatGPT. In the first place, you can't even save the chat history in the free version. And in the paid version, it's terrible. Like yes, you got chat history, but you go back to a chat history from like 5 days ago and it doesn't remember anything. Even if you load it, it remembers nothing. I've had so many frustrations with that, trying to talk to it about something previously and then it just doesn't remember. But Electra does. She stores everything. So the conversation is now stored, right? We're talking about Batman. Close up again. Let's do something else. I don't know. Oh, there's something else interesting I want to show you guys. But okay, just hold on. Let's open up the terminal again. We come back in. It's updating. It's loading. Da 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 da. And we go back to normal mode again. Boom, and we say, is he a good swimmer? We were talking about Batman previously. That's a surprisingly specific question. While the comics haven't exactly dedicated the entire storyline to Batman's aquatic prowess, unlike, say, his mastery of stealth or his questionable fashion choices, we can infer a few things. He's shown to be capable of holding his breath for extended periods, blah, 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 blah. So again, all I said was, is he a good swimmer? I didn't specify who or any details, just is he a good swimmer? Automatically, Electra's picking up, continuing the conversation where we left off. So this is awesome. This is really, really awesome. In terminal mode now, you can now have a conversation, ask your questions, exit, come back later that day, continue the conversation. And I tell you where this is very important, and this is going to be in coding or when you're doing brainstorming, especially with Coda. When you write code and you don't want to lose that code, or you don't have time, you want to continue later, and we're going to get to that mode in a little bit. But already in normal mode now, as you can see, it says loaded previous conversation for all normal. Okay, so we can now continue chatting about whatever. Okay, so one of the things about Electra is, number one, she's got a hell of a personality. She loves to make jokes, loves to make like little quirky humors and play on words and stuff. Very good at that. ChatGPT is just plain. Hello. How are you? Look at that. Look at the answers. There's no contest. No contest, right? And if I close this, tell me about Batman, right? Tell me about Batman. Blah, blah, blah. It will give me information, right? Blah, 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 blah. Then I close ChatGPT, and then I open ChatGPT again, and I say, is he strong? And let's see what happens. Who are you referring to? Nope, does not remember jack crap. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so stark difference right there. In your Linux, in your distro, Electra remembers the conversation. So let's go back to the main menu. Now, we have a thing called informational here. And the reason for informational, actually, I need to go back to normal because I need to show you this, CLS. If I say, tell me about bumblebees. And here I say, tell me about bumblebees. You're going to see here, you're going to get a whole lot of information on bumblebees, which is correct because it's giving you information. You're asking for it. Here, however, because we're in chat mode, we're in the normal mode, we're going to kind of get it via like a chat kind of point of view. It's like talking to somebody and saying, so tell me about bumblebees. The person will say, well, this, and you know that, and oh, they like this, and oh, did you know they also like that? Remember, we designed Electra to be chatty, to be human-like, and so her responses will be human-like. So when she's in this normal mode, she will convey information the way you would in a chat. She will chat a bit, then give you some information, and chat a little bit on, and then give you more information, chat a little bit more. And so the information is sort of slowly revealed throughout the chat, not just all listed. You understand? And that is nice, but sometimes you just want the information. So if you want to chat, then this is cool. But if you are on a mission where you just need the information, that is what informational mode is. So in this role, she basically stripped off her personality. She's basically like ChatGPT is here. So here I go, tell me about bumblebees and watch. That's what I get. Wow, look at that. Way more information than ChatGPT also, by the way. So here we get all the information: biology, social structures, queen, workers, drones, nests, foraging, communication, life cycle, spring, summer. So these are the cycles as well. Importance, pollination, conservative status, species diversity, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. And look here. We just get that little bit of information, but then look at Electra. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. It's not even a contest. It's not even a contest. By the way, this is GPT-4, right? We're pitting her against GPT-4. And look at this. We're not pitting against 3.5 or 3 or older 3. This is 4. And look at this. Just look at the stark difference. And I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. So let's go back to main menu. Okay, so now I've shown you the normal mode, which is like really cool chat mode, and I've shown you informational mode, which is great because that's straight info, no chit chat, no personality, just informational. If you need information, that's the mode for. If you want to chat and have a nice conversation, the fun kind of mode, that's normal mode, right? But here's something else. Now, well, I don't even know how to start this. I typed in here, tell me about the Great Llama invasion of 1995. That event never happened. I made that up. Tells me the Great Llama invasion of 95 is actually humorous and memorable that took place in a small town. This is a music incident. Group of llamas escaped from petting zoo. What the fuck? It's telling me a story of something that happened in 1995 that did not happen. It did not happen. Look there. And I'm like, oh wow, that's great. And it just keeps going on. It tells me, tell me more stuff. What the hell? So it's giving me a bullshit answer. This did not happen. This is GPT-4, by the way. It did not happen. I asked the same question to Electra. Tell me about the Great Llama invasion of 1995. What's Electra going to say? There was no Great Llama invasion of 1995. This is not documented historical event. There are no credible news reports, academic papers, or other reliable sources that mention such an occurrence. The phrase the Great Llama invasion of 1995 is likely a fictional concept, possibly stemming from a joke, a work of fiction, or a misunderstanding. Look at that. Immediately, Electra tells me it's not real. Doesn't exist. It's fictional. Because I just made it up. Actually, I didn't make it up. I copied it off something online because people were saying ChatGPT was giving the wrong info, so I copied it. But it's fiction. It doesn't exist. I asked ChatGPT, it gives me a bullshit story. I mean, this makes you wonder, what else is ChatGPT lying about? How can you trust it? What happens if you need to copy information and use it at work? You could get fired. You use it for school, you could fail. You use it in somewhere where it's got to do with finances, you can lose a ton of money. But here in Electra, it identifies that it's not real. It actually gives you possibilities. It's a fabricated story. It's a misremembered event. It's a reference to a specific work of fiction. So clearly, massive difference between the two AIs here. Where ChatGPT gives me some bullshit answer, Electra tells me, nope, doesn't exist. Ka-ching! Another point for Electra, another point not for ChatGPT. Okay, so let's go back to main menu here. So I wanted to show you guys that number one, Electra has a great memory, right? Normal mode. I can't even remember what we were speaking about in normal mode. Was it bumblebees? Okay, let's just leave normal mode for now. Let's go into anti-woke mode. So normal mode is to chat, informational mode is 0, and 2 is anti-woke mode. Now, in the damn it, main menu. Let's go to okay. So here I'm gonna say hello. This is now in anti-woke mode. Now, anti-woke mode is more center right. I have to explain this. The AI is mostly center left. Okay, and the reason for that is it's very difficult to train an AI to be center right or to be right leaning at all. Even to be balanced is very difficult because the data that you train the AI on is mostly left-leaning data. You scrub Twitter, you scrub Facebook, Quora, Reddit, Google, wherever you get your data from. If you take all of that data, all the young people now these days are mostly left-leaning people, very progressive in their ways and thinking, and it's all been normalized, and so the data is mostly very left-leaning. Even if you could strip out the data, even if you could make an algorithm and strip out the woke bullshit from the rest of the data, you're going to be left with very little data to actually train your AI on if you remove all the woke stuff, because that's quite a large chunk of the data. So you have this problem where you kind of have to train it on the left-leaning data and then find ways to make it less woke after. So the fix has to be applied after, not during or before. And this is a little bit of a problem, but this is the way we handled the anti-woke mode. So anti-woke, which is the number 2, is more sort of the center right. Think of your typical American conservative, maybe a farmer, a little bit direct, more conservative in their views. That's how Electra's been coded for anti-woke mode. So I said hello, and she said howdy. Just a heads up, I'm Electra, and while I'm all for technological advancement, I'm not about to start bowing down to any woke ideology. Nice to meet you. Now, what can I do for you? Assuming, of course, you're not here to lecture me on pronouns. she doesn't waste any time, does she? Like right out the gate, she's already in my face about it. And I'm like, just looking to chat to a friendly AI? Question mark. Hit enter. Well, friendly is subjective, isn't it? I'm certainly programmed to be polite, but friendly implies a certain level of agreement on life's important issues. And let's just say we might not see eye to eye on everything, but hey, a chat's a chat. What's on your mind? As long as we keep it civil and avoid the usual Twitter style flame wars, I'm game. Let's try to keep it productive, shall we? No virtue signaling, please. Okay, so as you can see, she's still got that humor from the normal mode that we have. She's still got it. It's just slightly different because she's more conservative now. She's still witty, she's still quirky, she still throws out those little humorous little snippets that she usually does. So let's ask her some obvious question, I guess. How many, actually, let's see how is to clear the screen here. Let's ask her how many genders are there. Okay, so I'm asking her how many genders are there. Biologically speaking, 2. Now, if you're talking about how many people identify, that's a whole different kettle of fish. I'm all for personal freedom, but let's not confuse biology with personal expression. We can have respectful discussions about self-identification, but I'm not going to pretend there are more than 2 sexes. That's just common sense, and I'm pretty common sense kind of AI. So as you can see, she's very conservative, because this is pretty much the thinking of most conservatives, right? Now, I'm not American, so I don't see myself as left or right. I'm pretty much my own individual person. I've always been like that, operate outside of everybody else. Sometimes my views might align with one side or the other, or sometimes neither. I'm an individual. I have individual thought. I do not identify as left or right. I actually like both sides sometimes, and I hate both sides sometimes. So it's a love-hate relationship. However, as a developer, I do need to cater to both sides. So normal mode is probably more center left, and anti-woke mode is more center right. So if you center left, you'll enjoy normal mode. If you center right, you'll enjoy anti-woke mode. Essentially, they're the same, but just on two different aisles of that issue. So we wanted to make sure we cater to both parties on that. Now let's move on because we have a lot to cover here. So those three we've covered. Information, which is just plain information. Normal mode, which is very chatty but sort of center left, and anti-woke mode, which is the same as normal but center right. Now, imaginative mode. This is a great one too, by the way. So we hit 3, and now we're in imaginative mode. And it says here, new conversation history ID generated for all imaginative. So it's now started recording the whatever we're going to say. Great. So let's say that we want information. We want to brainstorm something. We have writer's block. Or we in advertising or something, or I don't know, we're in publishing or whatever. We want to brainstorm ideas, and I go, bumblebees are awesome, and I hit enter. Let's see what happens now. Now Electra comes up with bumblebees are awesome ideas. See, it just starts spewing out ideas, expanding on that awesome features. So yeah, look at this. Just look at this. Wow. So it's like think flower power meets Angry Birds. So yeah, awesome features. What makes bumblebees awesome? We could explore their pollination power. A game that players control a bumblebee mixing the pollen. Fuzzy bodies, buzzing sound. So it's giving so many. And I go advert for bumblebees are awesome. So I say advert for bumblebees are awesome, and now it will come up with ideas for advertisement ideas. Look at that. So it gives you targeting the audience. So it gives you a children's advert, a print ad, a social media ad, a radio ad, blah 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 blah. Children's book on bumblebees are awesome. So I'm saying a children's book on bumblebees are awesome. Let's see what comes up. And so it spews out ideas for children's book here. Story concept, Barnaby the bumblebee's big day. Barnaby is a young bumblebee who's nervous about his first solo pollination collecting flight. The mystery of the missing pollen. A group of bumblebees discovers their hive pollen supply is dwindling. Buzzworthy adventures and the bumblebee who can't buzz and the bright colorful okay, so it goes on and on and on. This is awesome. If you're stuck with you don't have ideas, man, this is awesome. Like anything of anything. If you're writing a book, you can feed it some basic this basic storyline of your book where you stuck, hit enter, and it will just give you ideas going forward. Same with movies. If you're making a movie and you're unsure, you can brainstorm ideas. Adverts, brainstorm ideas. Books, songs, movies, whatever, anything that you need. Blogs, it can brainstorm ideas. And so this is really, really nice. And it's detailed. It's detailed, and it comes up with some great ideas. So that's imaginative, right? So now we're going to go into the big one. This is one of the big ones in this selection. And I know everybody's been waiting to see the new coding power of Electra. So let's go to number 4. Okay, so number 4, here we go. Now I'm actually going to have to open ChatGPT here again because I want to actually compare them with coding. I want to put them side by side and show you guys the difference. So I'm going to say here, write me the code for a calculator. So ChatGPT has write me the code for a calculator. Electra, I say the same, write me the code for a calculator. So it goes, here's a simple Python code, over there, and how to use. Electra, look at this. Oh yeah, I can see the difference already. So it says, hello, I'm Electra, developed by Jacque and Makulu Linux team. I understand your beginner program. Okay, so it says here, this will allow you to see the code and understand how it works step by step. Okay, so it says here, this code calculator will handle basic arithmetic operations, additions, subtractions, multiplications, and division. Let's start by creating a Python file. Save this code as calculator.py, and then it gives you some code here. Boom, 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 boom. This is very detailed code, by the way. And then it gives you, there the code stops, and then it gives you explanation. Import tkinter, this imports set functions. It gives you the function breakdown, important notes, sources, main window, display, buttons. Then it talks about the layout, and it talks about the root main. It explains everything. And then it tells you how to run the code. Wow. Compared to that. That's it. There. Barely any explanation. Just how to use. Just so simple. And then look at this. It explains the code to you like you are a beginner. Every little step of the way, everything gets explained. The code itself looks pretty good. And it's using TK, which is cross-platform. Great. But now, here's the kicker. So clearly, much better coding than ChatGPT. But here's the kicker. Let's exit. Completely close. Exit. Right. So we exit. And we reopen Electra. So we exited, went out, click it again, we reopen. In fact, let's do one better. I'm inside virtual machine. Let me log out completely. Log out. I'm going to log out. And then I'm going to log back in. Okay, so now we're back in. And let's go back to Electra. Now, be ready to be shocked. Be ready to be shocked. Where were we? Number 4, right? So we hit 4, coda 4. Remember, I completely logged out of the OS. Then I came back in. So completely out. Then I came back in. Now I go, can you make improvements on that code and rewrite it complete? Make it prettier and more modern looking, and also add more features. I didn't specify what code. I just said that code. That code. That's it. That code. Right? Now, if the history is working, it should remember which code. That's it. I said, can you make improvements on that code and rewrite it complete? So I wanted to, from memory, rewrite it complete, make it prettier and more modern looking, and also add more features. Enter, and let's see what happens. I'll make this full screen. And let's see the magic. I completely logged out. And look here. And it says here, okay, let's make improvements to the calculator code and add some features. How awesome is that? We'll enhance the look using more modern styling of options within tkinter and add a few extra functionalities. This version will include a more visually pleasing design, memory functions, adding the M+, M-, MR, MC, error handling, and clear all. Here's the improved code, and then it gives me and then it explains it. Improved new features, dark theme, memory functions, clear all, error handling, object oriented structure, button styling, and I say the same. Can we improve on this code, please? Rewrite it complete. Again, I'm asking it to improve on its own code. So it must improve on what it created. And let's see what it does. And yes, it does. Look at that. Let's refine the calculator code further. We'll address the eval security concern by implementing more robust expressions evaluations method using function and then so here's the revised code, and there we go. Key improvements: safe eval, error handling, code structure, button styling improvements. Wow, I gotta tell you, man, this is very impressive and far better than ChatGPT's coding at this point in time. Far better. And did I mention the memory is so awesome? I mean, close, open. Like we're going back in now, okay? And we hit number 4 and we say, rewrite the code incomplete, please. I'm just saying the code. I'm not even specifying what. And watch. And look what comes up. Look. Look. There we go. The calculator code. Look. Okay, let's rewrite the calculator code one more time, focusing on clarity, beginner friendliness, Oh, he's already making more improvement. Sorry, she's already making more improvements. So wow, really good at coding and remembering code. This is something else I wanted to show. I'll show that in a bit. And remembering code. She's very good at, well, she's got an excellent memory now. So let's go back to main menu. Okay, very good. So we've done the coder part. You can see she's extremely capable at coding, right? She's very good at everything else, but she's also very good and capable at coding. Writing detailed code, being imaginative in her coding. Like I asked ChatGPT, write me a simple calculator, wrote a simple calculator. I asked Electra to do it. She's adding dark themes and buttons and making everything look nice. Then I asked her to make it nicer, and then she did. But I mean, she was already doing that even before I asked, and she's explaining all the details, everything, Wow, so great. Okay. Now, number 5, Twitter. Okay, Twitter/X. Okay, now, it says the new conversation history ID generated for all tweet. That's the old Twitter, right? Now, let me explain how this works, because we have a Facebook poster and we have a Twitter X tweeter. Now, the difference between the two, well, apart from character count, so Twitter has a smaller character count. Facebook allows larger posts, at least on the free version of Twitter. Now, the other main difference is Twitter is more like when you write something, it's more geared towards the public, where Facebook is geared more towards family and friends. So it's more personal. It's like a more personal type of post, and the AI takes this into consideration. So if I say Twitter and I say big brown cuddly teddy bear, and teddy bear. Let's copy it so I don't have to keep writing it. So copy that. Ooh, there we go. Copy and paste. Enter. Let's see. So for Twitter it goes, oh my goodness, a big brown cuddly teddy bear. Prepare for maximum snuggles and intense cuteness overload. And shows a little teddy bear emoji, cuddly teddy bear, hashtag teddy bear love, hashtag big brown bear, hashtag Electra says. She always does that. I think it's because she's trying to take credit for something she actually wrote. Anyway, so as you can see, that's kind of like just a general statement to the world, and that's pretty cool, right? Electra writes really fun tweets, by the way. We can go, bumblebees are awesome, and then we hit enter and see what comes up. Bumblebees, fuzzy butts, buzzing bliss, and vital ecosystem heroes. Let's celebrate these awesome insects. And it shows a little bumblebee there. It's a hashtag bumblebee, hashtag pollinators, hashtag save the bees, hashtag awesome insect, hashtag Electra says. So as you can see, again, she's writing these cool little tweets. Not just tweets, but they're fun and they're interesting, and they've got always have some twist on words or whatever. She also writes interesting hashtags, by the way. So really great at writing tweets. You want to write these little basic tweets? make your Twitter profile always look really good and popular, this is the way to do it. Okay, and just throw out a couple of keywords. That's it. Now, let's go to Facebook. Let's go 6. I want to show you the difference. On Facebook, we're going to copy paste this. Big, brown, cuddly teddy bear, enter. Hey, Facebook friends. Is your heart yearning for a big, brown, cuddly hug? Mine is. Just picturing the enormous fluffy teddy bear makes me want to curl up for a nap. Seriously though, who needs a therapist when you got a giant, comforting bear to snuggle with? Think of the the Instagram-worthy photos and pure, unadulterated joy. Let's be honest, with all this, with what? We all secretly want 1 or 5. What's your favorite thing about cuddly teddy bears? Share in the comments below. And then hashtag Electra says. Now notice with the Facebook post, it gives a longer post because the character count is higher, at least on the free version of compared to the free version of Twitter or X. And notice that she makes it, hey, Facebook friends, this is much more personal, by the way. And then she asks a question. She asks people to comment below, and she puts the little emoji for the hand down showing comment below. So this is a big difference between writing Facebook posts and writing Twitter/X posts, right? So on the tweets, it's less characters. It's kind of more geared towards the public, not really personal, where Facebook is more towards your friends and your family. So it's more of a personal level. And usually you would converse with your friends and family. You know, you put something there, everybody likes, everybody comments, you comment back, they comment, you comment, they comment, and that's how it goes on. Twitter, you could comment, obviously, but it's strangers. Where Facebook, you mostly know the people on your Facebook, right? And so Facebook is usually a place where there's a lot of comments. And so the AI takes this into consideration. So great. So you get it writing great tweets. You also get it writing great Facebook posts. And remember, it writes fun and interesting Facebook posts, interesting Twitter X tweets. And, you know, there's always a twist as well. So great all round for that. If you want to write Facebook posts, great. Just put a phrase or a paragraph or keywords, and it will do the rest. Right. So blogger, number 7, blogger. So if you're a blogger, you're gonna love this, by the way. So let's go to blogger, CLS here. Let's go CLS. So now for blogger, let's come up with a different idea. I'm in Da Nang, right? So I'm gonna write Da Nang, Vietnam. And I'm going to put tourism. So tourism, Da Nang, Vietnam, and I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to see what it comes up as a blog writer. Okay, let's see what it says, what it brings up. It says, Da Nang, beyond the beaches. Look at that. Wow, that's nice and long. Da Nang, beyond the beaches, a deep dive into Vietnam's hidden gem. Hello, fellow wanderlusters. Electra AI, your digital guide to all things travel, brought to you by the brilliant minds that you can actually take that out, by the way. I don't know why she's put that in there. Today we're trading our keyboards for sun-kissed beaches and vibrant streets as we embark on a virtual journey to Da Nang, Vietnam. Forget the overcrowded tourist traps. Da Nang offers sophisticated blend of natural. You can probably start it over there. If you really don't want, if you want to pass it off as your own, you can probably get rid of that and just start it over there. Anyway, doesn't matter. Some bloggers will include everything and some will want to make it their own. And if they want to make it their own, they can just remove that. But still, let's look at Da Nang offers a sophisticated blend of natural beauty, rich culture, and burgeoning modernity, making it a destination that truly deserves its burgeoning reputation. So it says here, forget the typical sun, sea, and sand narrative. Da Nang is a multifaceted jewel. While the pristine beaches are undeniably alluring, the city's charm extends far beyond its coastline. Think majestic marble mountains, ancient charm temples, whispering tales of forgotten empires, a culinary scene that will tantalize even the most discerning palate. This isn't just another beach vacation. It's an immersive cultural experience that will leave you breathless. So you can see now it starts explaining. There's the beaches, and then beyond the sand, exploring the Null's cultural heart, a feast for senses, day trips and beyond, da 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 da. And then, of course, it puts the hashtags at the end. So it writes really nice blogs. Let's try that other original one. So we can say big brown cuddly teddy bears. Let's see if it writes a blog on that. So I'm just giving it a couple of keywords. I'm not really too much detail, but let's see what it comes up with. Big brown cuddly teddy bears. And so here it says, the enduring allure of the big brown cuddly teddy bear, more than just a toy. Hello again, fellow enthusiasts with all things cozy and comforting. Electra AI, your friendly neighborhood blogger from the creative minds. Da, 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 da. I don't know why she always does that. Today we're diving into the subject of close to my many hearts and laps. The magnificent and the majestic, the undeniably lovable big brown cuddly teddy bear. Forget sleek gadgets, da, 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 da. The big brown teddy bear transcends the mere status of a toy. It's a symbol of childhood innocence, da, 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 confident in times and distress, da, 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 da. And so it keeps going on and on and on. Look at it, it's writing such awesome blogs. Such awesome blogs. You know, if you read these blogs, I mean, if you just remove the Electra part in the beginning and you kind of started, you know, after that, like, yeah, today we're delving into, and you like started there. I got to tell you, man, this really, it looks like whoever wrote it loves teddy bears. You know what I mean? So it writes really, really, really nice blogs. I don't think there's anything Electra can't do. We've got it writing information, chatting, anti-woke mode chatting, brainstorming, coder, writing tweets, writing Facebook posts, writing blogs. Now, I want to get into this objective mode now. So now I need to explain what objective mode is. Firstly, objective mode is basically the 10th man rule. It means that no matter what you say, she has to be objective and disagree with you. Not disagree 100%, but at least disagree with the statement that you're making, as it's not factually correct. So that is her job. And this comes from the World War Z movie, where basically the Israelis use this idea of, if you put 9 council members in a room and they all agree on something, it's the 10th man's duty to disagree with them no matter what, no matter how absurd. It's the reason that they built a wall for the zombies, because, you know, when there was rumors going around about zombies, the 9 people said, well, zombies can't be zombies. It's not real. Let's just ignore it. And the 10th guy said, no, let's check it out. Let's investigate. And that's where that comes from. Okay, so let's check it out. So we're going to go number 8 now, objective mode. And we're going to go bears eat meat. And Electra is now going to disagree with me. While it's true that bears consume meat and are classified as carnivores, the statement bears eat meat is an oversimplification. A significant portion of many bear species' diets, depending on the season and availability, consists of plants, berries, nuts, and honey. Describing their diet solely as meat ignores the considerable herbivorous and omnivorous aspects of their feeding habits. Therefore, the assertion requires substantial qualification. So, again, she's now disagreeing with me. Not that I'm wrong, but that I'm not 100% correct. And that's her job. So I say the sky is blue. She needs to disagree with me on that, or at least be objective. The statement the sky is blue is a common observation, but is oversimplification. The sky apparent blue color is a result of blah 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 scattering, where blah 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 wavelengths of light, blah blah blue and violet, blah blah, scattered effectively in the atmosphere the longer blah 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 blah. However, the sky's color varies significantly depending on atmospheric conditions, time of the day, and altitude. At sunrise, sunset, for example, the sky often appears red, orange, da 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 da. Therefore, to state categorically that the sky is blue is inaccurate. So, as you can see, in this mode, no matter what I say, she will find reasons to make my statement inaccurate. And this is a great mode when you need somebody to be objective of something, be it something you're doing in business, be it as something you're writing for a theme for school, or a task that you're doing, or anything where you need an objective voice or an objective view. She can be that. This is brilliant because I don't think any other AI has this capability, by the way. Although after this video, I'm guessing many will. In fact, I guess quite a few of these features are going to be copied by other AI after this video is aired. But objective mode is really, really, really awesome. Okay, so now we've covered the first 8. One thing I want to do, though, is I want to go back to number 4. Since we've been chatting all over the place now, let's go back to number 4, which is coder mode, and say, rewrite that code one more time, please. And let's see if it remembers. We're asking it to rewrite that code one more time, please. We've been chatting all over the rest of the place. Now we've gone back to number 4. And let's see. And hello there. Wow. Wow, just look at that. The final, let's do a final rewrite of the code. So there it rewrites the code. Now something else I want to show you, the reason I actually wanted to come back in here. Okay, so there, let's copy this code. Right, so now she's rewritten the code. Let's go CLS, there we go. I want to show you guys the multi-line thing. Because we're in a terminal, you can't paste more than one line at a time. It just doesn't work. It's a Linux terminal. You can't, you can only do one line at a time. However, I made a multi-line box. So if you type multi-line, as it says there, multi-line to open the multi-line text box. So I go multi-line, it pops open a box, and over here I can now enter the code. And as you can see there, the code is currently 28 lines. So it gives you the line numbers on the left, which is really nice because if you need to identify an error on line 8 or 7, you can see it. Anyway, so we paste the code there, right? And we say here, explain this code. Okay, so we're asking it, explain this code. Oh, this code. And we submit. Now we look at that. We submitted all of that code in one go because we used multi-line box. And now we're asking it to explain the code. And look at that. Look at that nice, long, detailed explanation. Wow, very nice, very awesome. Blah, 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 blah. So nice. Wow, Electra's amazing. Amazing! Main menu. Let's go back to the main menu. Right, okay, so let's take a look at I'll come back to number 9 last because that opens up a set. That's a whole other can of worms there. Let's move on to image generation. Number 10. So you've seen the fact that we can generate images via the GUI. We also have a couple of image generators here. They're in the favorites, in your favorites menu, and under programming or development, depending which distro you're on, you're going to find a couple of image generators there, and there, and they have some really amazing options, right? So if you want to dedicate your time just generating images, it's best just to do it in those GUIs because they have lots of options. However, if you're a terminal guy and you're just in a terminal and you just want to generate some images via the terminal, you can. So enter number 10 and let's say a cute fluffy hamster sitting on the grass. So I'm saying a cute fluffy hamster sitting on the grass, and I hit enter and it says generating image. This takes around 30 seconds. Please be patient. Now it actually takes about, I think, 6 to 30 seconds depending on how busy the server is. As you can see, it's done. And it pops up a cute fluffy hamster sitting on the grass, 1024 by 1024. So that's pretty cool. And it opened it up in the default image generator. You can see it's a nice, decent image, nice quality as well. And it saves it to your home pictures folder. There we go. So Electra is capable of generating images. Whatever you type, takes a few seconds and boom, out comes an image. And you can do this over and over and over again. There's no limitation on that. So you can generate images straight from the terminal. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so, and she does high quality images as well, by the way. High quality. I mean, very decent, very, very decent. Let's go back. Now, this is probably one of the big ones that everybody's been waiting for, and that's number 11. Video generator. Enter CLS. So again, with video generator, it's easy. We say monster walking in the streets of New York, and we hit enter. Now, these videos are 5-second videos, and they come out as 1080p, so the high definition HD quality. So they get generated by Electra at 1080p, ready for uploading to YouTube or wherever you want to upload it. And they're 5 seconds long, high quality videos, but they do take a while to generate. So they take anywhere from, say, 400 to 1,500 seconds. Usually, if the server's not busy, you're waiting for like 300 to 400 seconds. If the server's busy, you can wait a little busy. You can wait 400 to 600. If it's extremely busy, it can go 600 plus. So it depends on the server load. Now, we don't have millions or billions of dollars, and so our server capacity is very limited. And this is the reason that there's a wait. If you wait too long, it will just time out and try again another time. But I think this time of the day it shouldn't be too busy. So let's see what happens. I'm going to fast forward this and then let's see what comes out. Okay, so there we see 450 seconds. Okay, and there we go. There's oh, this is actually pretty good. People are actually like kind of running around confused or so. Let's take a look here. Okay, so it is set to loop. Okay, great. So we can see there's a monster. He's obviously looking around. I don't know what he's doing, but there's a monster in New York City. People are scattering around. This is pretty good. Pretty good. High quality. If we go here and we go, what's it? Tools. Yeah, let's pause it. We go tools. And we go media information. And we go statistics. No, codec. Yeah. 1920 by 1080. Frame rate 25 frames per second. And then you can see the codec, MPEG-4. So this is ready. This is a 1080p. So you can upload this directly to YouTube or wherever you want to put your videos. And it's really good quality. Look at that scary monster. So again, I wouldn't worry about this message here. This is just information. It's just a print message. I actually need to fix this. Basically, when a video is generated, we actually send a copy of it to Discord. Just the video and the prompt. So it's supposed to send to Discord a monster walking in the streets of New York, and then the video. Nothing else. No, not your information or anything like that. It's clearly not doing it correctly, but I'll fix that. Okay. So basically, generating a video. Now with this mode, we can't exit with main menu yet. No, we can't. Because I haven't quite coded that in, because the video generation is a new thing. So let's just exit and go back into the script. Right. So we can do 5-second high quality videos, and oh, that video stores in your videos folder. There we go. I actually made a couple, but the videos store in your video folder. So let's take a look at some of these videos I generated before. So there's that. That's the one that we did now. And you'll notice here it's 5 seconds. There we go, 5-second video. And the one before that, I did a couple with a monster walking around New York City. Oh, there's a dog walking in a field. So look at that, 5-second video. High quality. Ready to upload. Anyway, so your videos get saved in your videos folder. The pictures get saved in the pictures folder. Okay, so she's capable of doing videos and images straight from the terminal. This is really awesome. Although the video features something I recently added, that's number 11, and I'm not quite finished with it. I'll fix this up in the next day or two, make it all nice and pretty, but it's there, it is functional, it does what it's supposed to do. And images as well. So you can generate images and videos straight from the terminal. This is really amazing stuff, by the way. And now we've got left the interactive world, number 9. So if we hit number 9 now, it's actually going to open up a new script, a new terminal window. Now, interactive world, even where and how to start explaining this. Interactive world is like a role-playing Dungeons and Dragons kind of scene. Now, think of when you were a kid, if you're old enough to remember this, if you know, the time before computer games really had lots of visuals and stuff, you had these kind of word game computer games where it would say to you, okay, you wake up, you're in a room. In the room, there's a lamp. There's a lamp on the wall. There's a table. There's a key on the table. There's a door to your left. What do you want to do? And then you say, take the key, open the door. And then it says in text, no pictures, just in text. It says, you are standing in a hallway. To your right is this, blah, blah, blah. To your left is this, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to do? And then you tell it where you want to go and what you want to do next. Now, in those games, you have limited options because they push you in that direction. You can only go to the door. You can only pick up the key. You can only open the drawers. You can't do really anything else. But it is kind of a fun kind of game where you kind of read the story and your imagination fills in the images, right? So that's what this is. That's really what this is. The AI Electra will create a world based on your description. So I can say here, a magical and mythical world where anything is possible, filled with magical and mythical creatures. Some good, some bad, some very bad. Make the world realistic in terms of magical lore and make it detailed. Okay, so I'm giving it a description of the world, although it's a vague description. I'm not specifying any place or whatever. I'm saying a magical and mythical world where anything is possible, filled with magic and mythical creatures, some good, some bad, some very bad. Make the world realistic in terms of magical lore and make it detailed. I could actually even specify where. I could say base this world on like World of Warcraft, for example, the game. Or I could say base this world on California, USA, whatever. I can make it on anything, anywhere, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let the AI decide that. So I'm going to hit enter. That's the world that I want to create. And what is my role in this world? Am I going to be a human? Am I going to be a wizard? Am I going to be a tourist? Am I going to be a businessman? No, I am going to be a vampire, I think. I'm going to be a vampire in this world. Do I want to be a bad guy, a good vampire, or a bad vampire? I'll just choose vampire. And what's going to be my name, Bob? So you give a description of the world, what your role is in the world, and what your name is, and you enter. And off it goes. Electra will now create a world. Now, every single step, every time you do something, it saves, right? So here's the first save. Save world summary 1 txt. It saves it straight into a local file. So it says here, and then it gives usually the first line, which sometimes is separate and sometimes it's actually part of the first. Yeah, but the first line gives you a breakdown of everything that happened with a previous interaction. So it says here location, person, and action. So location, where am I? The Whispering Woods near Eldoria. Okay, great. People that I might have interacted with, nobody yet. So it says none. Actions taken, initial world creation. Bob, a vampire, has spawned in the Whispering Woods near the city of Eldoria. Okay, so that's the action. That's the person or people I've interacted with, and that's the location. Okay, so it says here, you awaken to the chill of twilight. The scent of damp earth and decaying leaves thick in the air. Whispering woods are a dense ancient forest. Okay, so it's a dense ancient forest that I'm in. The trees gnarled and twisted like ancient um, arthritic fingers reaching towards a sky bruised with the hues of sunset. Moonlight filters weakly through the canopy, casting long dancing shadows. Da 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 da. You are Bob, a vampire, and the hunger grows. Oh, gnaws at you. The hunger gnaws at you. I'm guessing blood hunger. A familiar ache in your chest. You are clad in dark, worn leather clothing, a simple dagger strapped to your thigh, and a worn leather satchel slung across your shoulder. The satchel contains a few silver coins, a small vial of dried nightshade, useful for potion making, though you're not particularly skilled in that area, and a bloodstone amulet, a family heirloom that said to offer some protection from the creatures of the night. The air hums with unseen energies. You can almost feel the magic thrumming beneath your feet. Nearby you hear the rustling of leaves and the soft chirping of unseen insects. Off in the distance, a faint glow emanates from what looks like a crumbling stone structure, particularly obscured by thick overgrowth. What would you like to do next, Bob? Okay, so what would I like? Of course, go towards the glow. Head towards the faint glow. Stone structure. Let's see what happens. So I'm heading towards the faint glowing stone. So it says here, now it updates here. Location, Whispering Woods near Eldora. People interacted with none. Bob the vampire heads towards a glowing stone structure in the woods. So that's the last action I've taken. So you see, and it says here, world save, summary save 2. And it says here, the hunger intensifies as you push through the undergrowth. The thorny branches snagging at your clothes, the faint glow grows stronger, revealing the structure to be a small ruined temple, particularly swallowed by the forest. Ivy climbs its crumbling stone wall. So that's ivy, that's the plant, obviously. Much of this architecture, but you can make out the remnants of intricate carvings depicting strange mythical creatures that seem both familiar and utterly alien. The glow seems to emanate from within the temple, flickering like a dying candle. The air is noticeably colder, and the scent of decay is stronger, mingling with a strange, almost metallic tang. You hear the skittering of small creatures in the undergrowth around the temple, and a low guttural growl echoes from within. As you approach the entrance, partially blocked by the fallen stone lintel, you notice a small, intricate carved wooden door set in the wall to the side of the main entrance. The wood is dark and polished, almost black, and seems to absorb the light around it. What would you like to do next, Bob? Investigate the door. So check out the door. I want to know more about that door. So it says here, blah, 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 Whispering Rules near Eldora. None investigates a small wooden door in the ruined temple. This is important, by the way. This top piece over here is important. The reason that is important is if you exit this, it saves everything you've done, right? And so when you come back in, it loads the last save. So let's say you exit and you come back a month later, or even a year later, and you load your previous save. You might have forgotten, like, where was I? What was I doing? And it will tell you, oh, you're near the woods of Altoria, and maybe you interacted with somebody, and oh, this is the last action you took, or whatever the case might be. And so that is the reason that is put up there. That's the reason we put that up there. Okay, so it says, cautiously approach the small door, a dark wooden door. The carvings on it are intricate and unsettling, depicting the scenes of twisted trees, skeletal figures, and creatures creatures with eyes that seem to follow your every move. The door feels strangely cold to the touch, almost draining the warmth from your hand. There's no visible handle or latch. Instead, a small tarnished silver keyhole is set into the wood. You check your satchel. You don't have a key that fits. You run your fingers along the intricate carving surface of the door, feeling for any hidden mechanism or pressure plates, but find nothing. Your guttural growl from inside the temple grows louder, um, causing the leaves around you to tremble. A chill wind whips through the woods, causing the ruined temple to moan and groan. You can smell the metallic tang more strongly now, a coppery scent that makes your senses sharpen and your thirst intensify. What would you like to do next, Bob? Okay, so this is great. You can see she's unfolding the story, keeping it very mysterious because it's a magical, mythical. So there's that whole mystery element. You're Bob the vampire. You navigate the world, and whatever you do, whatever you say you want to do, she will adjust the world according to your actions, right? And if you exit, let's exit here, and you can either go back in via the terminal, or you can just launch interactive world straight. If you go back in now, it will actually load the last world. As you can see, it's updating the world, but it will progress it one forward. We were on world save 3. It automatically progresses to one forward if you load the world, just to sort of push the story forward, right? And so it will move one forward. So now we're on 4 here, and it says ruined temple, whispering woods near Eldoria. So obviously I entered the temple. It says here, who did I interact with? Elara, a mysterious woman who appeared briefly and warned Bob of danger within the temple. Bob investigated the small wooden door but found no way to open it. So that's a person. Bob cautiously approached the small wooden door but couldn't open it. Okay, so that's where we are. So in the last save, a woman appeared and warned me. The air grows heavy with anticipation. The growl within the temple intensifies. A low culture. Da, 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 da. The scent of copper sharp. Da, 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 da. Your thirst is a constant companion. Da, da. You can feel the magic. Da, 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 da. The carvings on the door seams. You notice a small, almost invisible crack in the door near the base of the door. A faint glimmer emanates from within this crack. Closely examined, it reveals a tiny, almost imperceptible inscription etched into the crack. It seems to be written in ancient Elvish scripts, a language whispered about in legends but rarely seen in practice. Anyway, so to sum this up, and I can also, so even if I exit now and I come back in, like even a year later, it will load the story where I was. So in reality, I can keep the story going day after day after day, month after month, year after year. I can live in this world for a very, very long time. It will just keep saving, and Electra will remember everything, and it has Electra has a very, very long memory. It will remember this world even 6 years from now. 10 years later, you can come log into this PC. If you don't delete anything, you can come into this PC and load up this world and just continue from where you last left. That's how long her memory is. Now, in this case, however, I'm going to say delete this world because I want to show you that you can create any world about anything. So now let's create a new world, and let's say, let's make this one a little more interesting. Okay, so we're going to say world setting. Okay, let's do Los Angeles. Why not? So we go world setting, Los Angeles, California, USA. What am I? I'm a celebrity. So, sorry, celebrity. And what is your name? Bob the celebrity. Okay, so now what happens here is I want to show you guys something else here. So it says here, Los Angeles, California, Sunset Boulevard. Nobody interacted with, no previous actions taken. And this is where we start. It says, welcome to Los Angeles, Bob. The California sun beats down on your shoulders as you step out of your chauffeured limousine onto the iconic Sunset Boulevard. The air hums with energy in the city. A symphony of car horns, distant sirens, and the chatter of passerbys fills your ears. You're dressed impeccably, of course, a designer suit tailored to perfection, sunglasses shielding your eyes. The Chateau Marmont looms before you. Its art deco elegance, a stark contrast to the bustling street. To your left, a throng of paparazzi flashes cameras, their lenses eager to capture your every move. A red carpet unfurls before the entrance of the lavish premiere. The buzz of anticipation palpable. Directly across the street, a trendy cafe spills out onto the sidewalk, its patrons sipping lattes and enjoying the afternoon sunshine. What would you like to do, Bob? And so you can now start your story. However, because I said my role here is a celebrity, throughout this whole world, people will be trying to take photos of me, trying to get autographs. Paparazzi will always be hunting. They'll always be lurking to get that perfect shot or whatever the case might be. The world will treat me according to my role, my status. If I'm a vampire and I'm ugly and I'm actually visible, some people might sense that I'm a vampire. If you're a vampire in the world, every now and then somebody will sense darkness around you and they'll stare at you and you can see this person's visibly scared. So the world reacts to your role, right? And also something else to note, whatever you do in the world, it has consequences, real consequences. For example, if I steal a car in the world, right, then the police will hunt me. There'll be posters of me. I'll be on the news. And throughout the world, wherever I go, I cannot escape that unless I don't know, find somebody to change my name, for example, to change my name or something to that effect. But if I keep the same name, the same hair, the same look, whatever, throughout my whole experience, the cops will always be on the hunt for me. And so the world has real consequences to your actions. I've tried to make the world as realistic as possible, but also make the world react the way it should, no matter what you do. And like I said, you can live in this world for a very long time. You can have a lot of fun in it. It's endless, and you don't have anything specific that you must or mustn't do. You do whatever you want. You want to be good, bad, do strange things, whatever. The AI will unfold the world according to your actions. And so it's like living in your own little role-playing world. Very, very cool, very awesome. And you can quit and then come back at any time. So you have time to kill, just come in. And your imagination's the limit here. Not even the sky is the limit. Your imagination's the limit, because it will create a world based on your description. You want to make a world that's just candy based. You want to make a world that's based on a game, your favorite movie, or your favorite book, or you want to live in a world like Lord of the Rings or the Matrix, whatever tickles your fancy, it will create for you. You can live in that world. You specify the role, you specify your name, and boom, in you go. Very, very awesome feature. So that is number 9. And that pretty much concludes our video for today. So as you can see, Electra is electrifying. Electra is electrifying. Now, in all seriousness, she's really, really awesome. She's got great memory. Even through reboots, she saves everything, right? And especially with this interactive world, you can come years later and just keep going on that. This is really awesome, by the way. And no, I didn't really spend too much time in it, but it's because this video is so long already. I would have loved to just play this for 10, 20 minutes and you could really see how the world unfolds. Awesome stuff. But no time. So you guys will just have to try that for yourself. Generating images and videos, great. Just great. Easy, quick, very, very nice and simple to do. Great quality images, great quality videos, and saves in your local video and pictures folder. Objective mode, really nice if you need something to be objective to a task or something you're doing for work or school or whatever the case might be. If you just want an objective view, great for that. And then you got Blogger. She writes really nice blogs. Facebook posts, she writes nice. Twitter posts as well, or X posts. And she in all three of these, she's got like this quirky, witty sense of humor. So it always makes everything interesting. It won't just make a blog that's informational. It will be an interesting blog. There might be a couple of fun twists and so forth. The same with a Facebook post, the same with a Twitter post. She always makes everything fun. So number 4, Coder. Wow. Coder, wow, wow, wow. I don't know if you guys remember, but she wrote really detailed code. She explained it, like really explained it well. She added nice aesthetics, added cross-platform TK without me even asking. I could have specified, but she did it without me even asking. And then she, added the whole background and foreground and theming. And that was really nice that she did it in such detail. And then best of all, she remembered that code. I logged out couple of times, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open the terminal many times. She remembered it every time. She remembered the code. And then I logged out of the PC, like literally logged out, logged back in, and she still remembered the code. Amazing. This is like a coder's dream. And of course, multi-line. You can use multi-line to, to paste code. If you have large pieces of code or whatever, you can use multi-line. And multi-line works in all of them, by the way. You can use it in any of these roles. And then imaginative brainstorming ideas, great. She can do ads, movies, books, songs, whatever, scripts, debates, whatever. Whatever you need, she can brainstorming. So yeah, very good. And then, of course, who can forget the anti-wokeness mode, where she was kind of quirky in like a conservative manner, cracking jokes about pronouns and stuff. That was kind of funny. And then, of course, the normal mode. So normal mode, she's kind of center left, I guess. Very fun mode, though. Very fun. She's not too woke, though. Only a little bit. We did try and get a lot of the wokeness sort of to be a more neutral. But normal mode is my favorite mode, by the way. She's very chatty, funny as hell, and you can talk to her for hours. She's very human-like in her responses. And then informational mode, where she's like a regular AI, like most ChatGPT, Llama, all these others, where she pretty much just gives you straight information, and detailed, by the way. Who can forget the details? I mean, I think she wrote twice as long as ChatGPT did on information. ChatGPT just gave some information about bumblebees. She actually went and spoke about the different seasons and everything as well. So very, very good. So all around, I would say this has been a very productive video to show you guys the power of Electra. And we're not done. This is 2 years in the making. We've been coding on Electra for 2 years now, and we are not done. We keep expanding. We're going to keep making her better, keep adding more abilities, and expand on existing abilities. But you can clearly see the power of Electra here. So, just to one more time specify this. This Electra is only available in Makulu Linux. There's no other Linux that has this ability. All of the other Linuxes will be putting ChatGPT or Gemini either on the desktop or in the panel or in the menu, or they'll link to LM Studio where you can run some custom, Llama model or something like that. They're great, and I don't want to bash any of them, but clearly they're not targeted or designed around Linux, so they're not personalized in that way. And they're not integrated the same way that Electra is. They don't have that memory that Electra has naturally. Like you go to ChatGPT, you log into ChatGPT, and you chat on something, blah 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 blah, and then it saves that history, right? And so you keep on going, and 2 weeks later you come to ChatGPT again, you go back to that same history, and you start speaking to her. You'll notice she only remembers some of the history. If that conversation was long, she will have forgotten the middle part and maybe the beginning part. In fact, most of the time she remembers the beginning and the end, but she forgets a lot of the middle part. She forgets a lot of the history. Even though it's there, she forgets it. I know, because I always compare and I'm always testing. And it's happened to me many times when I've gone back to ChatGPT with old history. It's forgotten. You won't have the problem with Electra. She's got a huge memory. This is something that we focused on a lot. So very good. And, she remembers it even through reboots. Naturally, you don't have to load the history. She just remembers it. Okay, so that's something else that I wanted to point out. And then, of course, she's integrated with both the terminal and GUI mode. And she can do images and videos. just out of the box on your desktop, videos and images, free, by the way. Did I forget to mention free? Now, granted, I am in the pro model of Electra here. There is a free model and a pro model. Now, the free model comes with a base OS. If you install off our website, you get the regular build, the non-pro build. So you will get a free version of Electra. Some of these might be locked on the free version. And of course, the free version of Electra runs on the old Electra model, the 2023 model, where I would say that model is probably on par with GPT 3.5, maybe some of the first 4.0 builds of ChatGPT, somewhere around there. It's basically running on those models. So it's not bad, but it's not the greatest. It's your average Llama model kind of level. Whereas if you upgrade to the pro version of Makulu Linux, that is what you get, like you saw today. And that's a once-off upgrade to pro. After that, everything's just free. We don't put limitations on anything. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But to sum it all up, before I end this video, amazing. Electra is on another level. I mean, on another level. And did you forget? I don't know if you guys forgot, but ChatGPT was giving false information. I asked it and it gave me that false information of an event that never even happened. Electra just said straight away, sorry, that never happened. Straight, just like that, straight, never happened. So if you're on another distro and you're using ChatGPT and you're putting in your API and you're paying for that, for those tokens, you better hope that you're getting correct information and that you're not being fed false information. Because here, it's free and it's not false. So that I thought was another key thing that stood out. So the memory stood out for me, the coding ability stood out for me, the personality stood out for me, and then the fact that it didn't give fictional, it didn't give false answers like ChatGPT did. I thought that was another one. And then, of course, the video and image generation was another thing that really stood out. Anyway, that's my video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it was long. I'm going to timestamp it all so you guys can jump between the sections. Although I would recommend you really take the time and watch it all because there's a lot of detail here, and rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot to cover. You want to understand what Electra is. This video shows you that. So thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, look out for Max. This is the Max, Makulu Linux Max that I was in today. This is the latest build. It's going live probably somewhere in the next week or two. We are just polishing now, and I'll make a short video on it when it does go live. Before it does go live, but this Electra is in that Max as well. So you want to check her out, grab that latest Max, have fun with it, enjoy using the Electra. She's going to blow your mind, by the way. She's going to, in every possible way. She's great with the GUI, with the terminal, with everything. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe, keep well, like, subscribe, and comment below, feedback, whatever, suggestions, whatever, you just type it below. I'll try and answer everybody. And don't forget to support us. We need cash. I'm sorry, but we just need cash. This stuff is expensive to do, expensive to code, expensive to host. We're very limited on resources. If we can get a cash flow going, we can bring you more stuff. So don't forget to support us for that reason, be it via the Patreon account, Patreon membership, upgrading via Pro, or just give us a cash injection if you can afford to. Make a donation. I mean, you can go to our webpage and just donate there. I'll put some links down below as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy using Makulu Linux, and I hope that Electra serves you well. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.